Hello children, I am Prasanna. In this video I am going to explain what are intersecting lines, perpendicular lines and parallel lines. So first we are going to do what are intersecting lines. See, when two lines cross each other, this is one line and this is one line. Here, when the two lines cross each other in a plane, they are called intersecting lines. So these are called intersecting lines, and they are having a common point. Means this line and this line is intersecting at this point, right? So the intersecting lines share a common point which exists on all the intersecting lines, and this is called as point of intersection. The point where the two lines are meeting, that point is known as point of intersections. Okay children, so coming to the definition, we can write when two lines cross each other in a plane, they are called intersecting lines. When the two lines cross each other in a plane, they are called intersecting lines. Okay children, here suppose if you take, this is one line and this is one line. Suppose this is L and this line is M. So these two are meeting at what point? This point. Suppose this point is X. So what is X here? X is called the point of intersection, and the line L and M are intersecting lines. So where we find this intersecting lines in our real life? See, when scissors, you know what are scissors? The two arms of the scissor forms an intersecting lines, right? And crossroads. So two roads meet at a common point makes a crossroads. So what are the properties of these intersecting lines? The intersecting lines meet only at one point. They will meet only at one point always. And the intersecting lines can cross each other at any angle. It may cross at any angle. This angle formed is always greater than 0 degrees and less than 180 degrees. It should be greater than 0 and less than 180. So two intersecting lines form a pair of vertical angles. If you see here, this and this are opposite to each other. So we call it as a vertical angles. The vertical angles are opposite angles with a common vertex. Here this is one pair of vertical opposite angles and these are the another pair of vertically opposite angles. And the vertical angles of opposite angles with a common vertex. Next one are perpendicular lines. So what are perpendicular lines? So in geometry, a branch of mathematics, perpendicular lines are defined as two lines that meet or intersect each other at right angle. So when the two lines intersect each other at right angle, we call the two lines as perpendicular lines. Okay children, suppose this is one line and this is another line intersecting at this point. If you observe here, the point where they intersected is having a 90 degrees, isn't it? So then we call they are perpendicular lines. Suppose the lines intersect like this. This is one line and this is one line. This is a point of intersection. If it is 90 degrees, or if it is 90, then we call them as intersecting lines. Okay, the two lines that intersect at a point where right angle is formed, then we call the two lines as perpendicular lines. So perpendicular lines can be found everywhere around us, like a street of intersecting and in rectangular window grills. Right, and corner of two walls. This is one wall, here corner, here right angle is formed, here this line and this line is intersecting at this point, and here is 90 degrees, then we call this as a perpendicular lines, right? And red cross symbol. So these are the examples in real life where we find the perpendicular lines, and perpendicular lines meet at what degrees? 90 degrees. So perpendicular lines meet at 90 degrees, and these lines are always intersect at 90 right angle. Okay, next still we can say examples of perpendicular lines are adjacent sides of a square, or rectangle. Because this is square, all sides are equal, all the four sides are equal. Here if you see, this and this are adjacent and it here 90 degrees, and you know in square and rectangle all the four angles will be 90 degrees, 90, 90, 90, 90. So suppose if you take this board also, children, here this and this are intersecting, this line and this line are intersecting, and here is the corner where 90 degrees is formed. I can say this and this are perpendicular lines, and this line is also perpendicular lines. Means here we can say this line and this line are perpendicular, and these two adjacent sides are perpendicular, and these two adjacent sides are perpendicular, and here these two are adjacent sides are perpendicular. That means we will get four pairs of perpendicular lines in the sides of a square, adjacent sides of a square or rectangle. Okay, children. And the symbol. What is the symbol of this perpendicular? Symbol of this perpendicular lines means, suppose this line is L and this line is M, and these two lines are intersecting at this point. Here if you see, you are getting 90 degrees. So I can say L and M are perpendicular lines. Then what is the symbol? It is the symbol of the perpendicular lines is reverse T. Okay, so here L is perpendicular to M. If L is perpendicular to M, we can also say M is also perpendicular to L. So the symbol for the perpendicular lines is reverse T. Here in geometry, parallel lines are lines in a plane which do not meet. That is, two straight lines in a plane that do not intersect at any point. So lines which do not, definition is lines which do not intersect at any point are said to be parallel lines. So they never meet when you extend also. Here this is one line and this is another line. Here when you extend endlessly in both the directions, they never meet any point. Then these type of lines are called parallel. So lines on your plane that never meet, they are always the same distance apart. They are having the same distance apart. So these are called parallel lines. And the parallel lines are represented with a pair of vertical lines between the names of the lines. For example, here this line is L and this line is M. So what is the symbol for parallel here, children? It is represented like this. Means between two pair of vertical lines between the names of lines. Here I can write L is parallel to M. This is a symbol for parallel. Okay, children. Suppose if I represent the line with the two letters P and Q, and this is another line X and Y. So these two lines are parallel, so I can write PQ is parallel to XY, or PQ line, PQ is parallel to line XY. So we can see parallel lines in a where in our life? Zebra crossing. Yes, the lines of notebook. And still a very good example of parallel lines is railway track around us. So lines, railway track. Yeah, this is a railway track. This means this and this are parallel. They never